After being ambushed and shot in the spine on a U.S. street at the weekend, Hisham al-Wartani called police. Then the Palestinian-American student phoned his British-born grandmother. "Granny, I've been shot," the 20-year-old said, his uncle told the BBC. Mr. al-Wartani was targeted on Saturday in Burlington, Vermont, along with two fellow Palestinian-American students. He and the other victims, Kinan Abdelhamid and Tahsin Ali Ahmad, are expected to survive. But for Mr. al-Wartani, who is in hospital, the most critically injured out of the three, the road to recovery will be long, his uncle said. The bullet is lodged in his T2 vertebra against his spine, Mr. Price said. The uncle said the incident has left him and other relatives of the victims with a sense of shame, as their family members had encouraged the young men to pursue university education in the U.S. for stability and safety. "Never could we have imagined that they would come here to study and something like this could happen to them," Mr. Price said. Mr. al-Wartani is in his third year of studies at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. He and his friends were attacked after attending the birthday party of Mr. Price's twin 8-year-old sons at a local bowling alley. The three 20-year-olds are childhood best friends who attended the Ramallah Friends School, a Quaker-run private nonprofit in the West Bank. They were in Burlington visiting relatives for U.S. Thanksgiving, and were staying with Mr. al-Wartani's grandmother, Marion Price, who is originally from Surbiton, Surrey. They were gunned down close to her doorstep. Within 5 minutes of leaving the house, a man stepped out of the darkness, pulled a gun on them and shot 4 times, he said. 2 of them were shot in the chest, he said, and a third was shot in the lower part of his body. Mr. al-Wartani was also shot in the hand, his uncle said. Police have arrested a suspect, 48-year-old Jason Eaton, who lives near Mr. al-Wartani's relatives, in a neighborhood close to the University of Vermont. Mr. Eaton appeared in court on Monday and pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of second-degree murder. He is being held without bail. Police have not identified a possible motive, but are investigating whether a hate crime was committed. Relatives believe the young men were deliberately targeted because of their Palestinian background. They were speaking a mix of English and Arabic at the time they were shot, and 2 were wearing keffiyehs, traditional Palestinian scarves. The incident comes amid a rise in Islamophobia and anti-Semitism in the U.S. during the Israel-Gaza war. Mr. Price said the attack is especially heartbreaking given the sense of safety the family previously felt in Burlington, a city of around 45,000 people. "We take a lot of pride in the fact that Burlington is a place of inclusion and diversity," Mr. Price said. "And it's one of the reasons we live here. To have something like this happen, which in our view is most likely driven by hate, it is devastating for us." But Mr. Price said his family has been heartened by the support the 3 young men have received, not just from the U.S., but across the globe. A vigil was held in Mr. al-Wartani's honor on Monday night at Brown University's campus. And U.S. President Joe Biden has denounced the attack. "While we are waiting for more facts, we know this: there is absolutely no place for violence or hate in America. Period," Mr. Biden said in a statement. He added that despite his serious injury, his nephew has shown strength and even a sense of humor while recovering in intensive care. "I do know that he is incredibly grateful that so many people are thinking about him," he added.